Yes guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on this channel, and today's video is a very interesting one on the channel. Yes, it's not something I would usually do. However though, because it's in a couple of weeks, today I am going to be giving my 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup predictions. Yes, I've obviously recorded my 2022 World Cup predictions in Qatar just before my birthday and 3 or something days before the World Cup even started. However though, I thought, you know what, why not do a video relating to the Women's World Cup? So, obviously, I know teams like England, England, Ireland, obviously the likes of USA, Norway, Australia, Sweden, Japan, Spain, Denmark, or basically the European nations who were in the Euros last year. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash a like, subscribe, get your notifications on, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so now I've got the groups here. So obviously you've got Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D, Group E, Group F, and then if you scroll down to Group G and H. And by the way guys, you can actually predict the tournament on FIFA's website. So if you want to do your predictions, I'll leave the link to the website down in the description, so you can do your own predictions if you want to. So yeah, so Group A, by the way, Australia and New Zealand are in the first two groups because obviously they're the two co-hosts during the tournament. So Group A obviously does contain New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, and Switzerland. And obviously, we all know Norway really well. Obviously, especially us England fans, because we beat them 8-0 in the Euros, by the way. I still find that mad that England won 8-0 in the Euros. If I can remember correctly, I knew Beth Mead scored a hat-trick, but I'm not sure who was the other player. I don't know, but yeah. Norway for me are definitely first because I just feel like they're a strong side, and obviously they always seem to perform really well in the World Cup. But even won it once, I think, in 1999. Or in the early years of the tournament, I don't really remember. But yeah, so for second place, even though New Zealand haven't won any of the last 5 games, I'm going to still put New Zealand second because I just feel like with the home crowd, inspiring them to not success, but to go through out of their group. I think maybe some New Zealand fans even put them first in their group, but I don't think that. But yeah, and I think Switzerland will finish third, and I think the Philippines will finish fourth. And now moving on to Group B. This is actually Ireland's group. So obviously we've got Australia, Canada, Nigeria, and the Republic of Ireland. And of course, Australia do play Ireland in the first game, even though sadly I can't watch it because I'm in school. Yeah, by the way guys, some of the kickoff times during this World Cup are going to be absolutely horrendous. So if you are absolutely horrendous. So if you want to, because I think Australia are like 12 hours behind us or something like that. So say like England's games, the kickoff are either breakfast time or at lunchtime here in the UK. So, yeah, obviously Ireland they actually do have some couple of good players actually. But the one I definitely know most is Katie McCabe. Obviously she plays for Arsenal, and she's a very good player. Obviously the skipper, legend. Nigeria, I don't know any of their players, but Canada though, I do know 2 of the players. Obviously, I know Jordyn Huitema, and obviously Julia Grosso. Obviously, Julia Grosso plays for Juventus, and obviously Jordyn Huitema, she was former PSG. And also, of course, she was Alphonso Davies' girlfriend, but for very weird reason, they split it up, so I don't know. But Australia, we all know, they've got the best player in the world, in my opinion, Sam Kerr. But yeah, Australia, for me, they are going to be one of the big favourites for this tournament. considering, in my opinion, they're the better team than New Zealand, and I think they'll go far. So we're going to put Australia first, and I'm sorry to Ireland, but I do think Canada will finish second. However, for some consolation for Ireland, I think Ireland will finish third, and Nigeria will finish fourth. Don't get me wrong, Ireland will pull up a fight. Don't get me wrong, they will pull up a fight during this tournament. If Ireland crash out the group stage, I think Ireland can be more than proud just to be there. So, and now moving on to Group C. Obviously, we've got Costa Rica, Japan, Spain, and Zambia. Funny and conspiracy here. These three all met in the Men's World Cup. But the exception is Germany. So could you imagine the same group, the same 4 teams in the group in 2 different versions of the World Cup, the men's and the women's? Could you imagine? But I think that Japan. I think Spain were in pot 1 anyway in the draw, so that could have not happened. So, but yeah, Spain is a weird one over there because obviously I've heard about 15 players have left the Spanish women's team because I think the manager has impacted their mental health or something. I knew there was something wrong behind the scenes at Spain. I knew there was something wrong. I've heard about the situation, and you know what they're like. Obviously, I think Alexis Putellas, the Barcelona captain, obviously Spain's, in my opinion, probably Spain's best player, even though she is apparently the best player in the world because she's won the Ballon d'Or twice. And you know what though, to be fair, she was really unlucky to miss out on the Euros. I think due to an ACL injury or something like that kept her out for the tournament. And to be fair to Spain, they did really well in the Euros, even though we beat them. But I just felt. But I'm gonna put Spain first. But however, though, if Spain do get knocked out, then it will be a surprise. But I don't think it would at the same time, considering with all the stuff that has happened to them. So I think Japan will finish second. You know, though, Japan, they always know how to perform in the World Cup as well. So, and to be fair to Japan, they actually are really good. So, I think Costa Rica will finish third and Zambia will finish fourth. And now England's group. Group D, obviously England, Denmark, China, and Haiti. Haiti. I still can't pronounce the country's name. I am so sorry. I am sorry to you all. But yeah, England, right? Do you know what? I feel like we're probably the most unluckiest nation to be in this World Cup. I'm not saying that, right? Because we don't. Obviously, we deserve to be in there because then we're the best team in Europe and the best team in the world, in my opinion. Not the best team in the world compared to USA, but you know. However, though, if you look, the amount of injuries that we've had, long-term injuries to like Beth Mead, Leah Williamson, and Frank Kirby. In my opinion, Beth Mead and Leah Williamson are our 2 key players. Obviously, Beth Mead scoring all the goals. She ended up finishing joint top goal scorer with Alexandra Popp in the Euros. And obviously, Leah Williamson, our skipper, injured. And you know what, right? I hope the Lionesses prove us wrong. I hope we win it. However, I do think we'll finish first in the group because, in my opinion, we've got the better team out, and then the other 3 in the group. However, though, China and Denmark, they are 2 good sides. I do think Denmark will just finish second, and I think China will finish third, and Haiti fourth. And now we move on to Group E. We got the Netherlands, the USA. Actually, the fight when them 2 play each other in the second group game, it will be the repeat of the last World Cup final. Also, the last World Cup was held in France, and also the USA beat England sadly, and obviously beat Holland to get to the final. Then the reigning European champions. You know, USA first because in my opinion they have got the strongest team in the whole tournament. Obviously, Megan Rapinoe. I think Alex Morgan still plays for them. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think Netherlands will finish second. I don't think Portugal will finish third and Vietnam fourth. But however, though, do not write Portugal off easily. Yes, even though I did watch the majority of the second half of the England game this weekend, but I thought Portugal looked really strong defensively. And Portugal, there's positive vibes in the camp in Portugal, so this always is when it's major tournament day for Portugal. So now moving on to Group F. Brazil, France, Jamaica and Panama. Ooh. Who do we go for here? I think Brazil will finish first because, you know, they got Marta Parias, obviously the skipper, the legend. Obviously she will be playing her last. This will be her last World Cup. I think France will finish second, Jamaica third and Panama fourth. And Group G, Argentina, Italy, South Africa and Sweden. Sweden first straight away. Sweden, they're the second ranked team in the world. That is mad for Sweden, by the way. You know what though, again with Sweden though, they actually seem to perform when it comes to big tournaments. I don't know what it is with Sweden. They always seem to do well. Sweden, when it comes to tournaments. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But yeah, Argentina or Italy. Even Argentina did crash out in the last tournament. However, though, I think according to Zach, of course, they finished third in the Copa America, the Women's Copa America. And obviously, by the way, as well, Brazil won the Women's Copa America. So obviously, if you're thinking why England played Brazil in the Women's Finalissima, well, obviously because we won the Euros and obviously Brazil won the Copa America. So I think Italy will finish second, and I think Argentina will finish third, and South Africa fourth. Now moving on to Group H, Germany, Colombia, South Korea and Morocco. And obviously Germany, we all know, the heavyweights when it comes to big tournaments. Obviously Germany will be finishing fourth. What am I on about? Germany will finish in first. However though, Colombia, from what I've heard from Zach, They were actually the finalists of Copa America. So, and obviously South Korea, I think they're like 12th or 11th in the world. And that's good. So, that's going to be really close between them two. I'm going to put Colombia second, and I think South Korea will finish third. And I do think that Morocco will finish fourth. So now here we are. So we move on now to the knockout stages of the World Cup. So we start off with Norway versus Japan. And you see, by the way, if you can see, these are going to be the kickoff times. 5 a.m. in the morning here in the UK. Unless if that's their time, or is it our time, I don't know. But yeah, I do think Norway will advance to the quarterfinals of the World Cup of this tournament. USA against Italy, and I do think USA will comfortably beat the Italians. Obviously, we all know USA, the world champions. No. Spain against New Zealand. I'm sorry to New Zealand. I think you're going home. I think Spain will go through to the quarterfinals. And now moving on to the repeat of the semi-finals, actually, of the last World Cup. Sweden against the Netherlands. And also, what I've also did mention as well, Holland will be missing Vivianne Miedema. Obviously, she is a quality player for Arsenal. Obviously, she had a long-term injury, and also, I think she even confirmed last December that she was going to miss the World Cup anyway. So I think, you know what? I think Sweden are going to get their revenge, and I think Sweden will advance to the quarters of the World Cup. Australia versus Denmark, and I think Australia will beat Denmark. And now moving on to the repeat of the Copa America final, actually Brazil against Colombia. I'm going to put I think Brazil will advance to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And now, England against Canada. Right. What? Oh, as soon as I recorded the video.
What?
As soon as I recorded the video.
Oh, you started recording?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Big Cody, Callum City United fan here. And today, United are going to win the whole Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, fucking everything. Fuck City. Fuck you. You gotta delete the video now. Fuck you.
Yeah, ignore that little moron in the background. But yeah, England against Canada. Do we do it? Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll do it. Apologies about that. But yeah, Germany against France. I'm going to go for Germany. Norway against the US in the quarters. I think that... Oh, no, sorry. I'm going to put the USA just to beat Norway on penalties. It's going to be like a 2-2 draw, extra time, and then Megan Rapinoe or someone like that will score the winning penalty for the US. So... Spain against Sweden. I'm gonna go for Sweden, you know. I'm Jenny going for Sweden. And now Australia against Brazil. Do Australia make it to the semi-finals of their own World Cup? Yes. Yes, I think they'll do. I think Sam Kerr will carry him there to the semi-finals of the World Cup. And now we're moving on, probably the biggest game of the tournament, probably so far. It is the repeat of the Euros final. It is England versus Germany. You know what? If we beat them once in the tournament, I think England are going to do it again. I think England will beat Germany to get to the semi-finals of the World Cup. So, I'll predict England in a minute. But so, yeah, USA versus Sweden in the semi-finals. It's going to be like the England-USA semi. And in my opinion, I don't think USA will just about beat Sweden. Just. By this, just. And now, England versus Australia. Now, do Australia make it to the World Cup final, their own final, or will England finally get to the World Cup final under Serena Wiegman? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be a 1-1. And it'll end 2-2 after extra time. And I do think that England will advance to the final on penalties. On penalty kicks. And by the way, even though the third place playoff isn't on the bracket, but I'm gonna predict. And I do think that Australia will get third place in their own World Cup. And you know what, for Australia, that's a fantastic achievement. And now, the final. It is the USA versus England. And now, will the US win their 5th World Cup? Or will the Lionesses finally bring it home and from becoming European champions to becoming world champions? And in my opinion, the winners of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup will be... You know what? It's going to be really close again. It's going to be so close. And I do think in the 88th minute, it's going to be 0-0. And I think, sadly, the USA will win the World Cup once again. And you know what, right? It's going to be... I hope... and by the way, guys, I hope we do it. But at the end of the day, I don't think we will. But yeah, sorry about that. I literally had to rush to record this video because I've got to take my big brother to work. What a moron. And yeah, again, I hope you guys do enjoy the video anyway. Smash a like, subscribe, get your notifications on, and thank you for watching the video here. And love, peace, and seconds.